was a time when students from other countries come to India. The world's first university which accepted the studying of abroad was this University of India. I'm talking about thousands of years ago present Takshila University, which is current time located in Pakistan, in which more than 10,000 Indian and foreign students used to come for their studies. Takshila and Nalanda, both universities were so worldwide at their respective times and considered as the biggest center of learning and meditation. These universities gave Bharat, Payani, Chanakya, Chandragupta and Jivat like great scholars. And in the world there was no medical science. At that time, Takshila of Ayurveda science was the biggest center. But unfortunately, in 6th century by the Islamic invader, it was completely destroyed. A very fresh good morning, all the teachers and all of you present over here. This is Sukya Tiwari and I am here to present my topic, which is known as the world's best and oldest education system in the world, the Gurukul system. As it is known that India has always boasted a rich tradition in the area of learning and education since ancient times that the students from other nations such as Europe and Middle East came to India to get a quality education. One of the famous educational systems practiced in India in ancient times was the Gurukul system. Well, some of you might wonder what exactly a Gurukul system is. So let's find out more about it in next slide. What is Gurukul system? So basically, it was a residential schooling system whose origin date back to around 5000 BC in the Indian subcontinent. It was more prevalent during the Vedic age, where students were taught various subjects and about how to live a cultured and disciplined life. Well, Gurukul is actually the home of teacher or acharya and was the center of learning where people resided till their education got completed. The best part of this educational system is that, firstly, all were considered equal at the Gurukul. And secondly, both Guru as well as Shishya resided in the same house, or we can say live near to each other. Maybe that's the reason the relationship between or the bond between Guru and Shishya was so sacred that no fee was taken from the student. Apart from this, however, the student had to offer a Guru Dakshina, which was a token of respect paid to the teacher. It was merely in the form of money or a special task that the student had to perform for the teacher. Now moving to the next slide, which is about the categories of the students in the Gurukul system. So students were categorized in different categories by which they got their education completed. So there are three categories of students, Vashu, Rudra and Nitya. Vashu stands for those students who is obtaining education up to the age of 26 years. Rudra up to the age of 36 years and Aditya up to the age of 48 years. Next slide, please.
Sorry to interrupt. आप ऑब्जेक्टिव दिखाने आए थे ना?
ये थर्ड सेमेस्टर की है, साजिया आई होगी।
At an individual level in Hinduism, the Guru is many, including being a teacher of skill, a counselor, one who helps in the birth of mind and realization of oneself, who installs values and experiential knowledge, an exemplar and inspiration, and who helps guide a student's spiritual development. The Guru is very important to be successful in any stage of life, whether one is a child, student, youth, working professional, retiree, or someone who is in the last phase of life, looking for spiritual guidance. We all need a Guru. Even Lord Ram is himself God, but when he take a birth on earth, he also had a Guru in his life to guide him. In fact, the place of Guru is considered to be higher than God in Hindu religion. Here I have mentioned some key points about the role of Guru in the in student life. Firstly, Guru provides guidance, knowledge and wisdom to the students, also serve as mentor and role model. In many cases, a Guru plays a significant role in the student's spiritual journey. Next one is personal transformation, which Guru facilitates in the student. Last one is trust and respect. The relationship between Guru and a student is built on trust, respect and mutual understanding. Now, next slide please. Objectives. The Gurukul education system is based on multifarious objectives. Through Gurukul, students used to learn self-discipline, politeness, good humanism and spirituality that would assist them to be an enlightened person in the future. And also provide guidance for personality, intellectual and spiritual development. Because of that, knowledge and culture of India can be preserved. Now next slide please. History of the Gurukul. The introduction of convent education destroyed Gurukuls. Indian Education Act was formed in 1835, revised in 1858, which was drafted by Lord Macaulay. Lord Macaulay of the British East India Company sent two people to survey, and then he found that the literacy rate of North India was 97% and that of the South was 100%. He clearly said that if India is to be enslaved forever, its indigenous and cultural education system must be destroyed. So that's why he firstly declared Gurukuls illegal. After that, Sanskrit illegal, and lastly he put the Gurukuls on fire and beat the teachers in it, put them on jail. Till 1850, there were 7,32,000 Gurukuls and 7,50,000 villages had a Gurukul. That means every village had one Gurukul. 18 subjects were taught in all of them. Gurukuls were abolished and English education was legalized. The first convent school was opened in Kolkata, then Bombay University, and after that Madras universities were also formed. Next slide, please. Now at last I would like to wind up my topic with a few words on the behalf of Gurukuls. Gurukul system provide students with a lot of freedom and opportunities for learning, which results in the all-around development of a student compared to the limited scope of the current education system. Thank you.
I must say, Supriya, this is the one of the best presentation I've seen in third semester. I congratulate you. Really, I want to clap for her once again.